If you have questions for them, we'll start getting the mics around. Jeremy, you get started.
Coleman, just what's the key to gutting out a game like that doesn't seem to be going your way and maybe isn't the prettiest at all times?
I'd say defense and rebounding. As long as you can get stops, if the ball's not going in, the energy develops on defense when you're getting stops, and then you'll eventually see the ball go in. And late game free throws as well is a big part. You gotta gut up and make free throws down the stretch, and that's what we did tonight. So.
Question for either you guys. So Draven, you guys talk about a lot about his practice and how he scores really well. Can you talk about just his mindset of just draining that big shot tonight?
I'm sure he's fearless. I'm sure he's been waiting on his moment. But that comes with being a freshman. So no, he's fearless though. So he went out there and got his opportunity and hit a big shot for us, gave us a boost. So no, he's fearless. So salute to him.
I guess for both of you, Coleman, you mentioned just maybe leaning on defense and rebounding. How do you not let maybe a rough night offensively kind of trickle over onto that side of the ball?
I think it's just like the effort, like trying to control what you can control. Like, obviously for me, like my shots weren't going in, but I tried to just stay focused mentally and lock in on my assignment. I was trying to be down there and help people and fight the post and do as much as I can, and just have attention to detail really, because we can control what we do on defense. So.
Luke, is there something they were doing defensively that made life a little tougher for you guys on offense, or is it just a matter of you guys missing shots? What did you see there?
Yeah, I thought we got great shots in the first half. We started out kind of slow. But we were getting good looks. Even myself, I started out 0 for 3 on wide open shots that I usually make. So I think, when we get looks like that, it's just you just got to play good defense. If shots aren't falling, that usually do fall. And IU threw a little bit different of a package at us. They brought the double from the low side sometimes, so we had to adjust to that, cutting different guys, sliding to different areas, and we kind of got used to that throughout the game. But they're a good team. They got good players, good defensive players, and they were able to throw us off a little bit, but throughout the game we were able to figure it out.
For both of you, where would you say this team is at mentally right now? With all that the team has gone through with Terrence and a couple of Big Ten losses, Maryland, Northwestern, would you say you're in a good place mentally?
Yeah, I think we're great. Everybody in the locker room is here for the right purpose, and we're ready for what we have ahead of us. It's been a long stretch in January, 9 games in January. We've been going 2-day prep into a game and 1-day prep into travel into a game, and we've been doing that now for 20 days. So we got a lot of guys in the locker room that are prepared to take on that challenge, and a lot of guys that are out there for each other for the right reasons. So I'm excited to keep going.
Coleman?
I think the team is just it's a long stretch. So obviously the team's gonna get a little tired, but we come out and compete every day at practice. Although we're tired, and we know we got to do it. Give our best every game too, because every win counts. So does every loss. So we try to just go out and compete as hard as we can, and everyone's mentally locked in and focused on that one common goal.
Coleman, when Luke is hitting 3-pointers like he has been over the last month or so, what does that do for you guys offensively, and how big of a momentum turn can some of those threes be?
It's big time. It gets the crowd going, it gets him going. It makes the other team, think about what kind of package they're in. If they can, heavy help like they were tonight, change some lineups around. It affects all of us really when, Luke's seeing the ball go in, giving him confidence. I trust Luke every time he shoots the ball. It helps us out a lot for sure.
Luke, for the wings, defensively, was this just a tough, kind of a unique prep in the sense that you could leave your guy a little bit more, especially if they threw it in the post, than you normally would?
Yeah, that's a great question actually, because I think we needed to come off of our guys a little bit more. One of the big things at halftime was, Coach keeps saying how Coleman's every night kind of overmatched in terms of weight, just straight up weight. I mean, he's giving up 30 to 40 pounds a night against bigger guys, so we have to be better at helping him. I think you see the numbers that opposing bigs have, and you can kind of tend to blame Coleman, but it's not him at all. It's all the other guys, and that's kind of what we've been talking about in the locker room and what we have to get figured out. And credit to them, they got downhill. They were able to make some tough shots. I thought, they got downhill and hit a couple tough ones, and that's credit to them. But like I said, we need to be better with the scout and help out Coleman more, because he's fighting down there for 30 to 40 minutes a game against guys that are bigger.
Yeah, for Luke, you mentioned you missed your first 3 open shots, and you kind of got in a rhythm with some contested shots. As a shooter, how do you work through that? I mean, is it just next shot up is going down, or is there any mindset like, well, I'm too open, so you think about it, or is just?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. My worth on this team is being able to guard and rebound, but hit shots. That's really my worst. So every single day I put in shots before practice, make sure I get in my routine, do extra shots before shoot around, and that I mentally know now that I can take those shots, and I prepare myself enough for moments like that and shots like that. So if the first 3 don't go in, if the first 10 don't go in, I'm going to be ready to shoot those next shots.
This is for both you guys. Coleman, maybe you could start. Terrence came up with some clutch free throws, rebounds late. What's the key to reintegrating him, getting him comfortable offensively back in the fold?
I think just being patient. I think tonight, and not just him, I think he's just kind of like, we're trying to rush into things, like just quickly drive the ball, like just we're too sped up, I think. So I think it's just slowing down, letting offense come naturally to us. I think that's a big thing for him as well. And then, getting those stops, because when we get out in transition, we pitch the ball head to him. It's either a foul or a layup. So for him, I'd say locking people down, focusing on defense, and we get those stops. And he's an elite defender. But I think right now he's not necessarily struggling, but he obviously, he hasn't been guarding and doing movement for a month now. So he has to work his way back to becoming that elite defender as well. So.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and good. Yeah, and I did it last year. It's really tough to be out of Big Ten play and come back and have to play. We're a little bit different in the sense of what we do. So he's got to get his feet back under him. But we as teammates know what he's capable of. He was an All-American and still is All-American talent, and we know what he means to our team. So having him back, getting his feet under himself, and us giving him the confidence that he needs to be able to shine is what we're going to continue to do. And I have no doubt that he's going to get back into it and really start to shine.
Luke, the driving layup, and you got fouled on that play. It seemed like it took Indiana by surprise a little bit.
Yeah.
Does it show you and maybe future opponents that you can be a little bit more than a spot-up shooter?
Yeah. Something I've tried to integrate into my game this year is the pump fake sidestep 3, and I've done that a lot this year. And today I saw the lane wide open, and I don't usually do it, but I drove the ball and finished, and I looked over at Tyler Underwood and had some choice words for him, because he gets mad at me in practice anytime I dribble the ball. So that was kind of a funny part in the game. So.
Coleman, you were just kind of looking at Luke. Is that a part of his game that you're familiar with, or are you not familiar with that?
No, I'm just messing with it. No, Luke can score the ball very well. He just kind of moves a little slow. He's just like a little stiff. But no, I've seen Luke score at all levels. Obviously he has to make sacrifices and play within our offense, but I play in open gym and stuff like that. I've seen Luke score in multiple ways. So yeah, no, I'm just messing with him.
Luke, can you speak to kind of how your mentality or pregame routine kind of changes now, being the first guy off the bench instead of starting? Does it change at all for you?
Yeah, just a little bit in terms of minute distribution, I would say. With Terrence back, he's playing big minutes, and that kind of brought mine down, which I understand. That's what I'm here for. I'm ready to make those adjustments, and it's the same mindset though. I get ready before the game the same exact way. Have my pregame routine the same exact way, and It's all mental. You got to be ready to go whenever your name is called. When I was starting for that period of time, it was the same preparation, the same mindset. Next shot's going in. I'm gonna get up and do my routine every day and do all the things I need to do to be successful. And it's the same thing now. So just being ready to go every day, regardless of the situation that I'm in, and kind of how much I'm playing and what I need to do. Especially coming off the bench. I think bench contributors are one of the biggest things, one of the biggest difference makers, and we have a bunch of guys that can come in and make a difference. Dre today, Dane had some good minutes today. Nico has been good when he's been in, and Justin can be special. So just having that off the bench, I think, is huge.
Luke, you said earlier in the week that your brother was going to be here. Guy goes to IU and some of his friends. Got anything to say to those guys, and how'd that one feel?
Yeah, I'm gonna save the trash talk for personal between us, but through our text messages. But I'm gonna go out and give him a tough time. My brother brought friends today, and I told him no IU gear in the family section, so that was one of the big things. But to get a win against IU, especially a home state team, is it's special. It means a little bit more every year, so it's good to get a win.
Okay, thanks guys.